Are you an owner of a business and you want to send Christmas wishes to all your customers as an email, but you're still doing this manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to send Christmas wishes to customers via email automatically. So I am an owner of a business and in my Google Sheets I keep record of all my customers. Here what I want is that as soon as I'm going to add the details of a customer in my Google Sheets or towards all the customers whose record has already been created in my Google Sheets, I want to send them an email in which I want to send Christmas wishes towards all the customers in a personalized format. Now sending these emails manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between Google Sheets and Gmail with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to send Christmas wishes to customers via email automatically. So as an owner of an online store, I value my customer support throughout the year and I want to show them appreciation during the festive season by sending personalized Christmas wishes is a great way to connect with my customers. The problem that I face is manually sending personalized email to each and every customer, which is very time consuming and may lead to errors. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process. In my Google Sheets, I keep record of all my customers that I have, and to all these customers and to the ones I'm going to add more in the spreadsheet, to all of them I want to send personalized wishes. And how I'm going to do that? By creating an automation between Google Sheets and Gmail with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Send Christmas Wishes to Customers via Email Automatically. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. Further, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Gmail automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow has been created in the name of Send Christmas Wishes to Customers via email automatically, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says trigger, other says action. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. As in my Google Sheets, I'm keeping the record of all my customers to whom I want to send the Christmas wishes. I want that as soon as to all these customers who are already added in my spreadsheet, and with that the customers that I'm going to still add in the spreadsheet, automatically to all those customers, Christmas wishes should be forwarded as an email, okay? Now for that, I've selected my trigger application over here as Google Sheets, and for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row. With the help of this event, whenever you're going to add the new data in the spreadsheet, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. After that, you can see over here, Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using this webhook URL, we are going to build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk step by step.
Firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to open the spreadsheet that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is a spreadsheet in the name of customers details, and I want to connect the spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. In order to do that, from the panel, go to this extensions option right here, and from the drop down, click on this add-ons and go to this get add-ons button right here. As I'm going to do that, this window is going to appear in front of you, on which on the search bar, I'm going to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. I'm going to search for it. You can see this is Pabbly Connect webhooks. As you can see, I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks right here. If you have not installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, please do install it so that you can connect your spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect using this webhook. As I've already installed, I'm going to go back and refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, now what we are going to do is we're going to go back to extensions. As you have installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, you can see an option in front of you in the name of Pabbly Connect webhooks. We're going to select it, and from the drop down, I'm going to go to this initial setup button right here. As I'm going to do that, this window in the name of initial setup is going to appear in front of you, in which it is asking for two things, that is the webhook URL and the trigger column. For the webhook URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, and the trigger column says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added. In this spreadsheet, my trigger column is going to be column D, because in this column, my final data of the customers are going to be added. So I'm going to write my trigger column as column D. And after entering the URL, selecting the trigger column, I'm going to click on this submit button. As I've done that, over here it says setup configured successfully. After setting up this webhook URL, I want to set the test data. I want to check whether this URL is working or not. For that, I'm going to send the test data towards this URL. For that, I'm going to click on the send test button right here. As I'm going to do that, you can see test data sent successfully is going to be mentioned over here. Okay. As the test data is forwarded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down, and you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the test data. The column comes as T, spreadsheet names as customers details. This is the ID sheet 1. Next is the row index. What is row index? This data is from which row in the spreadsheet? So this row is 2 row. You can see right over here. Name comes as test, last name as user 8, email as testuser8@pabblytudes.com with the phone number. You can see right here. So this is the row index 2. And if you're going to tally the response of the data, first name as test, last name as user 8, email as testuser8@pabblytudes.com with a dummy mobile number. So this is the same data that we have recorded in the spreadsheet. You can see right over here has been captured in the response. As the response is captured, this means that Google Sheets has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now what I want is that as the connection is done, I also want that as soon as now if I'm going to add another customer's details in the spreadsheet right over here like smart and all the other details, I'm going to enter the customer's details again. I want Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that new customer as well. Now for doing that, what I'm going to do is from this bar, I'm going to go to extensions again. I'm going to go to Pabbly Connect webhooks again, and from the drop down, now I'm going to select send or event right here. As I'm going to select this event over here, what is going to happen? Now, whenever you're going to enter the new data in the spreadsheet, what is going to happen? This spreadsheet is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect. Okay. As now we have successfully connected the spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect, our trigger setup is done. Now what I want is towards the customers whose record I've captured over here in my trigger response, I want to send them a personalized email. I want to send them a personalized email and wishing them a Merry Christmas. Now in order to do that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Gmail. As with the help of Gmail, I'm going to send emails to all my customers whose record I've already created in my spreadsheet as well as to the new ones. Okay. Now for the action event, I'm going to select it as send email V1. Okay. As with the help of this event, we're going to forward emails. After that, I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on connect with Gmail. A window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As this save process in my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on this allow button right here. As I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Gmail to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for the recipient email address. To which email address do we want to send the email to? I want to send the email towards the customer whose record I've created in my spreadsheet right over here. This is the email section. Towards all these email, I want to send the mail to. Okay. So for the data of this field, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. So now you might think, what is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, you can see this was the previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. In the response, we have captured the data of the customer whose record we have created in this spreadsheet. Now towards this customer, I want to send the email. So for the email address field, I am going to select this email address of this customer from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, what happens is the data is mapped. You can see right here. And as I've mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever now a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Okay. After that, it is asking for the CC and the BCC, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. Next, it is asking for the sender name. So for the sender name over here, I'm going to write it as Team Pabbly. Okay, this is the sender's name that I have. Okay. After that, it is asking for the email subject, the subject of the email that we are going to send. So for the email subject over here, I'm going to write it as, for the email subject, I've written it as Spread the Joy, a Christmas wish for you. Okay, so this is the email subject that I want. After that, it is asking for the reply to, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. After that, it is asking for the email content type. For the email content type, I'm going to select it as HTML. But if you want, you can select the plain as your email content type as well. Because over here in this email content field, I'm going to enter the content in HTML format. That is why I've selected HTML right here. Okay. For the email content over here, I'm going to write the content over here as, this is the email content that I have, and this is in an HTML format. You can see right here. Okay. In this field over here, I've created a dynamic field for this customer's name. So what I'm going to do is, for this customer's name, I'm going to map the data of the customer's name from here, first name space the last name. Okay. So this is the email content that I have. After that, it is asking for the file name and the attachment, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to simply click on this Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, the result status comes over here as sent. This is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Gmail and check whether I have received a new email or not. For that, I'm going to open my Gmail account. This is my Gmail account. I'm going to refresh this from here. As I've refreshed it from here, you can see I have received a new email in my Gmail account. It says Season's Greeting from Pabbly, where it says Dear Test User 8. This was the name of the customer whose data I've recorded in my Google Sheets. You can see right here. Okay. As a festive season surrounded with us in joy and warmth, we at Pabbly want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to your continued trust and support. This year, your loyalty has been the greatest gift for all. You inspire us to do better every day, and we are so grateful to have you as a part of our family. Here's a magical Christmas filled with laughter, love, cherished with memories. May the new year bring the happiness and health and success. With warmest wishes, Pabbly. Use code HOLIDAY25 for 25% off on your next purchase, valid till this date right here. As you can see, an email has been successfully forwarded to my Gmail account of sending Christmas wishes to our customer. This means that this workflow that we have created right over here is successfully working. Okay. So now this workflow that I've created is for the single customer right here. But my objective is to send to all the customers whose record I've already created in this spreadsheet, as well as to the customers who I'm going to now add in this spreadsheet. But I want to send to all these customers whose record has already been created also. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this extensions button, go to Pabbly Connect webhooks, and now from the given options, I'm going to select this data, send all data right here. Okay. As I'm going to select it to all the customers whose record I've already created in the spreadsheet, to all of them, the Christmas wish is going to be automatically forwarded. Okay. As now the setup is done between Google Sheets and Gmail, this means that we have successfully created an automation of sending Christmas wishes to our customers via email automatically. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.